Hi, if you have been watching our video tutorials and you remember the last video we have produced, we created a new IPC, IPC2 version 1, and we uploaded the information from Excel files. In this video, what we are going to show you is how to add the other components or other concepts that should be added to an IPC, and we will approve it. And we will see how things change a little bit and where you can find all this information. The first thing is, if you remember, we uploaded to our contract. Right now, the contract still doesn't have any disbursement because the IPCs, the first IPC that we have approved, it was an IPC that only holds an advance payment, and Sured calculate disbursement only on executed works, not on advance payment. So we still don't have any disbursement despite having one IPC. We uploaded this one. It's still pending. Since it's pending, Sure estimates that this is not approved, so there has not been done any updating on the executed works for the project. In this case, we have these two sites in which we have the contractor estimation, and in the last video we also reviewed the items and we came out with different values here. If we go to the contract and to the budget, and then we go to any of the construction groups that we have there, you can always access each of the elements that are in the budget. And as you can see, the IPC in each one of them is still 0, despite we have an IPC pending, as you can see here. So this is because the element has not been approved yet, and if it's not approved, it's still pending, and nothing has been happening yet, according to Sure. We need the approval from one of the approvers in the project. But first, before you do the approvals, we usually have to add other concepts, and this is the main point of this video. We have this IPC. In the previous IPC, we created an advance payment, and usually, which is the standard way of working, we would like to discount this advance payment in a series of IPCs. To do that, in Sure, it's quite simple. You just go to Add Other Concepts and add a contract deduction. Now, this is very similar, if you remember, to what we did to add the advance payment, or what we did to add the VAT. It's the same format, and in this case, we have to say the name. In this case, I will say advance payment repay, for example, and I will put it 15%. If the advance payment was 10%, well, we will repay the advance payment, or we will discount the amount from the IPCs to repay the advance payment at a rate of 15%. I want to deduct this. Usually, you want to deduct it before the VAT is applied, so you want to deduct it over the total executed works. And it's always a percentage of the total executed works, except the last one, but we will see how we do that later. So here I will include a 15%. I click Add, and here we have it. We have the IPC with the contractor estimation and with the supervisor estimation. We have already included an advance payment, and it's a 15% of this value of the total executed works. If you do the numbers, you can see that everything has been recalculated. This is the new total executed works, and the VAT is applied over this new total executed works that creates the new total executed works with taxes that creates the total payment. This is not all. Most of the times, the contractor will also have a retention for guarantee, right? To guarantee that the works are done. We can also do that with a contract deduction. And we can say this performance guarantee retention. Let's say we retain, or we withhold from the contractor 10% or the total amount. What we want to do that over the total executed works with taxes, because this is how you want to retain it. You also want to retain the corresponding, eliminate the corresponding value of the VAT, for example. So if I want to do it over the total executed with taxes, I apply here 10%, and I add it, And here we have it. We have this calculation is over this plus this and retains a 10%. And here you have it. So now there is a 10% retention for guarantee. You can do it here. In other sites, they do it here. They apply it also before taxes, which also makes sense. It just depends on how your client wants you to apply this retention, even if you have it, right? And like this, you can add other things. You can even add delay payment penalties if you want. You can add refunds, etc. So now that we have already configured this, and let's say we have already negotiated with our contractor, and our contractor has accepted our suggestions for the different quantities, we can approve the IPC. This will only show up if the user that is logged in in Sure has been granted the role of approver. In this case, I have that role, so I see this, and I will just go ahead and approve the IPC. And here we have it. We have the approved IPC, which will have already the total value, so we already have a disbursement. If I go here, I can export to Excel the IPC, right, like I did it before, but this time it will be an IPC final. As you can see, we'll already include all the advance payment, repayments, etc. that we have already created in our site. It will have our summary. We have IPC1, now we have IPC2, and so on. And here it has the different concepts that we have added. We have the regional budget and the contract budget. In this case, they are the same because we have not issued any variation orders. And this is a full feature IPC, like every one of us is usually producing for each one of our projects, but Sure can do it easily for you. Remember, you can add documents for supporting documents, you can even add notes or tasks, and you can also see the details here. You don't really need to go to the Excel file, you can see the details in Sure if you want to. If I go now to the contract budget, and I choose any construction group, we already have the disbursement for the construction group. It says here the disbursement up to interim payment certificate number 2 version 1 is already at 17% of the contract. It tells you how much it is for this particular construction group. And you can see here how you have all the quantities already approved in each of the different entities or elements that form the budget. If I go ahead and click on one of them, I see that now I have this IPC approved. It says over IPC2 version 1, I have this quantity approved, and with this price, and this was the estimation. If you want more details, you can just click on here, and you see who reviewed it, when did they do it, and who approved this particular item or this particular IPC. So all these can be kept for Sure in the database, and it will be accessible for as long as you have your project ongoing. Just remember, I'm only using the basic plan, so that means all the examples and all the things that I've been doing so far are for free. You don't need to pay anything, and you can participate and work with Sure without even having to sign up anymore. This is all that I wanted to show. Next video we will show you how IPCs can be produced using this version control that Sure provides us, and that makes it really easy to review different IPCs. That's all. Thank you very much, and I hope you will join us on the next tutorial. Bye.